Hello there, lads. It's been a while since I've been live, and today I'm just gonna be like, reacting to video because hey, it's JordanTimes, man. Like, and I haven't reacted to like good videos in a minute. I haven't posted on my second channel in a minute, chat. I don't know. So, as you can see, I'm still sick. That shit sucks. But anyways, happy Thanksgiving to anybody who's awake right now, chat. Happy Thanks fucking giving, dude. Anyways, let's get into the reacting because I need to hurry up. Okay, okay.
USA Safe Pilot.
We know.
I can save when I road trip safely.
Or with USA Safe Pilot Miles, I can save when I staycation.
Yeah, with Safe Pilot, you can save when you drive.
All right,
Or
stop.
with
You know what, Chad? The worst gym deaths ever by Simple Paint. Ugh. Anyways, let's get into it.
The squat press incident. On July 15th, 2023, fitness influencer Justin Vicky was training at Paradise Bali Gym in Sanur, Indonesia. He was 33 years old, a respected bodybuilder and personal trainer. With over 30,000 followers on Instagram, he inspired people and helped them transform their lives through fitness. Around noon, Vicky was attempting a squat press, a heavy one, with about 460 pounds on his shoulders. He'd done heavy squats before, posted videos of them, even called the squat exercise dangerous as hell in a video just days earlier, but he kept pushing. Vicky positioned.
Okay, so you're telling me he knew it was bad, but he still did it. My guy, what is wrong with you? You know it's bad, but you still do it. You know it's dangerous. Like, what? Like, what is you doing, my guy? What is you doing, bro?
Himself with the loaded barbell. A spotter stood directly behind him. Another colleague stood nearby. Vicky lifted the bar and walked it back, got into position, then descended into the squat. As he went down, the weight pressed on his shoulders. Then he tried standing back up, his legs pushed, but something was wrong. He couldn't stand or get the weight up. Fatigue had set in. The weight was winning. Vicky fell back into a sitting position. Suddenly, the barbell rolled forward and dropped on the back of his neck. The spotter behind him tried holding the bar, but he was fatigued too. He lost his balance and fell backward with Vicky. The barbell crushed Vicky's neck and broke.
My guy, why does he only have one squatter? Like, it's a really... Anyway, it's a really heavy bar. Why would you only have one squatter, dog? And also, the squatter's fatigued, too. Like, are we serious, dog? No. You need to have at least 4 squatters for that, dog. But anyway, R.I.P. Vicky. I hope heaven treats you better than Earth did.
Broke it, causing critical compression of vital nerves. He went unconscious immediately. Emergency services rushed him to the hospital. Surgeons performed emergency surgery. They tried to save him, but the injuries were too severe. Justin Vicky died shortly after the operation. The bench press tragedy. On October 3rd, 2017, late one night, a 20-year-old student Wang Zongren was at the gym at Ampang Jaya in Selangor, Malaysia. He was a fitness enthusiast and a part-time real estate agent. Around 8 p.m. that day, Wang visited the gym. He was alone, training by himself. Wang was doing bench presses, had loaded about 238 pounds onto the barbell. Not an extreme weight for an experienced lifter, but heavy enough to be dangerous without a spotter. He knew that. Everyone knows that. But he was training alone anyway. Wang lay back on the bench.
My guy, what is you doing? You know you need a spotter, but you don't have one? My guy, why are you trying to die? Like, what? No. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
Lifted the bar off the rack, lowered it to his chest, then pressed. The reps were going fine. Then all of a sudden, fatigue set in. On one rep, he couldn't get the bar back up. The barbell came down on his chest. He tried pushing it off, but 238 pounds was too heavy. He was trapped, the bar pressing on him, making it hard to breathe and impossible to escape. There was nobody there to help, nobody to lift the bar off him. He struggled under the weight, trying to breathe, but the bar kept pressing down. His strength was fading. Time passed, and eventually, Wang stopped struggling.
My guy, are you okay? Seriously, why would you do this? Like, what possessed you to do this, my guy? Like, it's not that... Oh, my lord. He doesn't even have the safety bars on. Oh, my God. What is this guy doing? Like, no, we need to do better, bro.
He stopped breathing. The weight had won. Hours later, his friend found him, still on the bench with the barbell across his neck and chest. He'd been dead for hours. The treadmill window incident. On June 18, 2024, an Indonesian woman was working out on a treadmill at a gym. The gym was located on the upper floor of a building in Pontianak, West Kalimantan, Indonesia. Had large windows, good views, popular place. She was in the middle of her run, steady pace, nothing extreme, just cardio. At 1 p.m., while exercising on a treadmill, a freaking accident happened. She took a quick break to wipe her face. All of a sudden, she lost her balance and stumbled. Behind the treadmill, about 24 inches away, was a window, a large window that was left open. The impact caused her body to move back.
My guy! You know the window's open. Why would you do this? Why would you? Why? You could have went to one of the farther treadmills away from the window. But still, what are you doing, bro?
Immediately, she fell out of the gym window from a 3-story building into the open air. There was nothing to grab, nothing to stop the fall, just gravity pulling her down. The impact was catastrophic.
My guy, how did nobody see that? How did nobody see that, bro? What? That's weird, dog.
She hit the ground and sustained severe head injuries. People on the street saw her fall. There was nothing the doctors could do. She was later pronounced dead. The Smith machine incident. On October 16, 2024, 21-year-old medical student Mohammed Faraj was working out at the University of East Anglia's sports park in Norwich, England. He was a medical student, studying to save lives, training to stay healthy. That day, C was performing calf raises on a Smith machine while standing on a plastic aerobic step. During a set, the step tipped and he slipped, causing the approximately 143-pound bar to drop and force his neck toward the ground. The safety catch should have locked itself. It should have stopped the bar from falling, but the catch had been left at the lowest setting, so it didn't. The loaded barbell struck Farage's neck and head. The impact was severe, crushing him. He went down.
My guy! Who made you do this? Why do people do stuff like this, bro? That's something I don't understand, bro. Why do people do something like this, bro?
Others in the gym rushed over, called for help. Emergency services arrived quickly, and Farage was rushed to the hospital. Doctors tried treating the head and neck trauma, but the injuries were too severe. Mohammed Faraj died from his injuries, a young man studying to heal others, dead because a piece of gym equipment malfunctioned at the worst possible moment. The barbell squats incident. On August 23, 2024, 22-year-old Ariadna Lizeth Mata Esparza was working out at fitness sports gym in Torreon, Mexico. She was a nursery school teacher, passionate about fitness. She'd visit the gym regularly and take care of her health. That afternoon was supposed to be a routine squat exercise. Esparza was lifting weights, moving between machines. Everything seemed normal. Then something changed. Esparza suddenly felt off. She collapsed right there on the gym floor, just went down. Her body hit the floor hard. People rushed over immediately, called her name and tried getting a response. But Esparza wasn't...
What the fuck are you doing, man? No, I'm not opening the door just for that. What? Why can you hear the background? That's weird. What? 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 Okay, let's do it.
Responding. Although the specific details of her workout are unknown, it is evident that something went tragically wrong during her barbell squats. Paramedics arrived promptly and took over the resuscitation efforts, but despite their efforts, she was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause was later revealed to be anoxemia. Anoxemia is a severe lack of oxygen in the blood, which can pose significant danger, particularly during intense physical activity. Her heart had simply failed while trying to compensate for low blood.
How does she not feel like her heart was failing, though? I feel like if your heart was failing and not getting enough oxygen, you could feel it. You could feel it because your heart would be trying to, I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like you could feel that, bro. How does she not realize?
Oxygen by pumping blood faster. No warning, no previous symptoms. Her family was devastated. She'd been healthy, active, fit. There was no reason to expect this. No indication that anything was wrong. But sometimes things like this happen. Sometimes young, healthy people die without warning. Ariadna Lizeth Mata Esparza went to the gym to improve her health, to stay fit, to take care of herself. and she died there, on the gym floor, surrounded by strangers. Her passion for fitness couldn't save her from her own heart giving out. The bench press incident. In December 2016, 22-year-old Kyle Thompson was working out at a gym in Ankeny, Iowa. He was a student at Iowa State University, an athlete, into fitness and strength training. That day, he was doing bench presses at Elite Edge Transformation Center. Thompson had loaded 315 pounds onto the barbell, a heavyweight, but not unusual for experienced lifters. He got into position on the bench. The bar was racked above him. He was ready to press. Thompson lifted the bar off the rack, brought it down to his chest, then pressed. The bar went up. He was handling the weight. Seemed fine, but something went wrong on the next rep. The barbell slipped from his grip and came crashing down onto his neck.
My guy! How's that possible? Bro, I feel like there would be like safety bars, no? Like the safety bars. Would it not be there? Like, so when it falls, it doesn't hit him? Like, what? Like, no. These gyms need to improve it, bro. Like, they need to be sued. Holy, bro. Bro lost his life because of a... RIP, bro. RIP.
According to multiple reports, spotters were present in the gym at the time, but the accident happened so suddenly that there wasn't enough time to react. The bar struck his throat with full force before anyone could intervene. The impact crushed his airway, making it impossible to breathe. Gym staff and other lifters rushed to help, lifted the weight off him, and called emergency services. Paramedics arrived quickly and tried to resuscitate him. Kyle Thompson was rushed to the hospital in a fire ambulance, but was later pronounced dead. The treadmill incident. On July 20th, 2023, 24-year-old Saksham Pruthi arrived at a gym in Delhi, Rohini. It was early morning. Around 7:30 a.m., Pruthi decided to work out on the treadmill. He was a regular. The gym was quiet. A few other members were there. Pruthi got on a treadmill and started his warm-up. He gradually increased the speed. Everything seemed normal. Then Pruthi began to feel something unusual. A shock. An electrical current was running through his body. Pruthi tried getting off, but the current kept flowing. His muscles contracted, seized up. He couldn't control his movements. Other gym members noticed.
My guy! What are they doing? Why are they just standing there? Help the nigga! Help the nigga!
They saw Pruthi convulsing on the treadmill, rushed over to where he was and tried pulling him off, but they felt shocks too. Someone finally...
Are they idiots? Oh my god! It's a gym, right? So they must have rubber weights. They must have rubber weights. Why don't they just use a rubber weight, bro? Why'd you have to touch them? Like, you could tell somebody's shocked because they're like, they're vibrating and stuff. So you could tell, like, not like these gyms need cameras and safety people everywhere.
He managed to turn off the power and pull Pruthi away from the machine. He collapsed and became unresponsive. Someone started CPR. Someone else called an ambulance. They tried to revive him, but the electrical damage was too severe. His heart had stopped. His system had shut down. Paramedics arrived, took over, rushed Pruthi to the hospital, but there was nothing they could do. The electrocution had been fatal. Saksham Pruthi was pronounced dead. He stepped on a machine and never stepped off alive. Open-air gym tragedy.
What?
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock bigger screens and better controls.
On October 13th, 2024, a 4-year-old boy was playing at an open-air gym in West Delhi, Modi Nagar. These outdoor gyms are common in India. Free equipment is set up in parks and public spaces for adults to exercise. But children play there too. The boy was with his family, playing near the equipment, climbing.
Bro, there is no way this could go wrong, bro. It's an open air gym. There's parents, there's experienced lifters. Like, there's no way this could go wrong.
On
bro.
Things. Being a child. Although the equipment wasn't designed for kids, but there were no restrictions, no supervision, no barriers keeping children away. As the boy was playing, something shifted. He got hit by loose gym equipment. The metal frame landed on him. The weight crushed him. He went down immediately. Those nearby saw him collapse and rushed over to where he was. They lifted the equipment off him, but he wasn't moving, wasn't responsive. Blood.
Bro, what took them so long? Like, I thought his parents were there watching him and everything, right? Like, what?
Everywhere. Someone called an ambulance. They tried helping him. They tried to stop the bleeding, but the injuries were too severe. The crushing trauma was too extensive. The boy was rushed to the hospital. Doctors tried saving him, performed emergency procedures, but he didn't make it. He was later pronounced dead on arrival. the squat incident. On February 18th, 2025, 17-year-old Yashtika Acharya arrived at her gym in Bikaner, Rajasthan for training. She was a gold medalist powerlifter who had won at the Junior National Games just months earlier. She was a rising star in Indian powerlifting. That afternoon, she was preparing for her next competition. The gym was quiet, just Yashtika, her coach, and a few others watching.
Bro, why is most of this in India? Like, what's wrong with Indian gyms, bro? Like, do they have, like, no supervision at all? Like, I swear, bro. Because why is it all in India? Like, India, do better, bro. Do better. You're already called, like, the trashiest country, bro. Like, do better. Like, actually, bro. What?
She was attempting a squat, a heavy squat. Almost 600 pounds were loaded on the barbell. She'd lifted heavy before. Yashtika positioned herself under the bar, wore a lifting belt. She was standing on an elevated platform. Her coach stood behind her as a spotter, ready to assist if needed. She lifted the bar off the rack. The weight settled on her shoulders. She stepped backward to clear the rack. As she tried to step down from the elevated platform, something horrific happened. Yashtika lost her balance and fell backward. The weight
What is the spotter doing? Why is he just looking at her? What? Bro.
shifted, 600 pounds pushing her down. Her coach tried to grab the bar, but the weight was too much, too heavy, too fast. She hit the ground in a seated position. The barbell landed on her neck. The impact was instant. Her neck bone broke under the force. She went motionless immediately. Her coach had minor injuries from trying to help. Others rushed over, called for an ambulance. But Yashtika wasn't responding. She was rushed to the hospital. Doctors tried everything, but the damage was too severe. Yashtika Acharya was pronounced dead on arrival. A 17-year-old gold medalist, gone in seconds, killed by the sport she loved. The home gym tragedy. In September 2023, 60-year-old Carl Hughes, a lifelong gym enthusiast from Rose-on-Sea in North Wales, began another workout in his home gym, something he'd done countless times before. Hughes was a retired catering assistant and had spent years training in his flat. He had the full setup in his bedroom, including a bench and weights, and lifting was a core part of his routine. That afternoon, he was alone at home. He loaded his barbell with roughly 132 pounds, a manageable weight for his experience. He lay
Bro, 100 and something pounds. That wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't hurt at all. Right?
back on the bench, gripped the bar, and began his set. But something went wrong. The exact cause is unknown. It's impossible to determine if it was fatigue, a slipped grip, or a muscle giving out. The bar came down, and he couldn't push it back up. It dropped onto his chest and neck, trapping him under its weight. He fought to lift it or roll it off, but 132 pounds pressing across his throat was unforgiving. There was no one there to help. He lived alone.
No.
Minutes passed. The bar didn't move. Hughes's strength faded. His breathing slowed, until finally, he went still. He died of...
Didn't he have a wife or something? Like, was he alone? Like, no way, bro. R.I.P., bro. R.I.P., dog.
asphyxiation, pinned by the weight he'd spent a lifetime mastering. 2 days later, around September 9th, 2023, neighbors who hadn't seen him grew concerned when his newspapers piled up. One neighbor, Philip Colligan, entered the unlocked flat. When he opened the bedroom door, he found Hughes still on the bench, the barbell resting across his neck, the scene frozen in silence. An inquest later concluded his death was an accident. Carl Hughes died doing what he loved, but he died alone. If you'd like to see more stories like...
Bro, this is why you never live alone. Because, like, you never know. Like, one day you could just be getting up to get a bowl and then, poof, you're dead. So, life lesson. Never live alone, bro. Because that might be the end of you. Anyways, thanks you so much for watching. And I really hope you like, subscribe, and also go follow my main channel. I'm live right now. And, yeah. JordanTimes out. Okay, holy god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Everybody watching this, can you please like this live pretty much? I would really appreciate that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, I'm not... Oh, Shigs, dog. Shigs, dog. Okay, chat, okay. Anyway, what? Shit, what? What is up, YouTube? Today we're gonna be reacting to horror movies that actually scared me. Part 2. Really?
You find yourself between the
So there I
grown-ups
was, in the middle of my colonoscopy.
and these hooligans. Do you listen to...
You know, I think we can all.
Are you serious? Nah.
You know, I think we can all agree. A lot of horror movies just aren't that scary. But lying
I
beneath
agree.
all this mediocre, not scary stuff are gems. Horror movies that are so good, so captivating, so scary that you might just start pissing your pants. So that's what we'll be doing today. It's been about 42 years since I did the last one, but today I'll be going over some more horror movies that I actually find scary. Yes, me, Derek, horror movies that I find scary. I had to make that clear. And in the end, I'll go over one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. All right, let's run it. First time I heard about this movie, one of my friends suggested we go watch it one night for fun. You know, spur of the moment type of thing. Watch it in theaters for that real scary experience. He ended up ditching me and going with a girl instead, so I watched it on streaming. But it was still pretty scary. I'ma just assume you ain't never seen it, so if you ain't know, in the Black Phone, we follow this kid named Finney Blake.
Actually, so this could be if like you haven't watched this and you don't want spoilers, please skip ahead. Anyways, chat, I've never seen this movie in my life, dog. Like, actually, I went to the movie theaters and like the new one came out, and like I was telling my family to go see it, but they never got to see it. So this to me is actually my first genuine reaction of this movie, actually. So.
American kid from the suburbs in 1978. And while he may live in the suburbs and look like the average American around this time, let me tell you, this kid Finney, this kid is not living the American dream. First off, he gets bullied at school, which, you know, already sucks. Getting bullied, that sucks. But this is 70s bullying too. Not 2000s getting called the hard R on the game. Nah, this is put your head in the freaking toilet bowl and beat you up for the dumbest reasons.
Bro, thank God I was not born around the 70s, bro. Oh my God, I would get bullied, bro. Like, damn, dog. Like, that's actually insane, dog.
Type of bully. I don't like your glasses. 4 eyes. Like, what? Y'all was beating up people for being visually impaired? And then speaking of beat, Finney's father, not the best either. Like, I thought Hispanic moms were bad, but this man be raising a belt off any little thing. Like, his temper could have been a horror movie on its own. Like, Finney will be munching on his cereal, minding his business. You think you could slurp that any louder? Like, damn, bro, you got some super hearing or something? It's the 70s. Let him enjoy his crunch logs in peace. Mind you, this is all only like 12 minutes into the movie, and I already felt bad for the kid. Dad beats you, born in the 70s. This dude's life is terrible. But to top it all off, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for the kid, one day while he's walking home from school, Finney gets kidnapped. And this is where the horror really—
Nah, bro, like, this kid might have like the worst life in the world, bro. Cause what do you mean? Your dad beats you, you're getting bullied, and then now you get kidnapped? Like, nah. Like, bro got like the worst end of the package, bro. Like, holy, like, oh my God. I'm sorry, Finney. I'm very sorry you have to live like this, bro.
starts. Because the dude who kidnapped Finney is one of the strangest, one of the most just unsettling killers I've seen on screen. The Grabber, which, not the best name, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Grabber? That can mean a lot of things, bro. But in this case, it's because he be grabbing up kids from the street and murking them. That's right. And to me, this guy is by far the scariest part of the movie. Like, for some horror movies, it's the atmosphere or the jump scares. But in the Black Phone, it's this guy. Cause yeah, we've seen all types of killers in these movies before, but the feeling I got when this dude was on my screen was just, ugh. Cause you know, he likes to do these weird psychological torture.
Bro, he kind of looks like Jeffrey Epstein, actually. Like, if you look at it at his mask very closely, he looks like Jeffrey Epstein, so I can see, bro. Like, holy shit, this is weird.
To the kids he kidnaps. Like first he'll start acting like he's a nice guy, doing this weird Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka voice that he does. Hurt you? I'm not gonna hurt you. Now why would I? Do you want some soda? Let me get you some soda. I'm not even joking. That's actually how he sounds to me. Then he'll do these things to test the kids, like leave the basement door open. But if he catches you trying to sneak out of it, he'll beat you. Yeah, and according to him, for being a naughty boy, whatever that means. And that's really his whole goal while you trapped in his basement. This dude is just itching for you to be naughty. But the scariest thing about this dude to me is he's a smart killer. I noticed this while I was watching. As the movie goes on and Finney gets more advice from the dude's victims through the Black Phone, the movie eventually shows us how many victims the Grabber has. 5. And there's this one specific scene in the movie that shows all of them lined up. And that scene not only confirmed how smart this dude is to me, but it also added a whole new layer of fear. Because tell me why I'm looking at who he killed, right? And I notice this dude started killing minorities. And I ain't saying it's okay when it was white kids. No, I'm not saying that. But you gotta put it in perspective. This is the 70s. You tell the cops back then a Mexican kid is missing, they just gonna be like, well, he probably went home. They might as well be gone with the wind of the 70s because the NBC ain't covering them. And I don't know about y'all, but to me, that's much scarier. A lot scarier. Cause that means this dude was smart enough to switch up his game plan to avoid getting caught. He was probably sitting in his room like, all right, next month I'll do white, black, white. Is that too much white? That junk is scary, y'all. I'm telling y'all. If it wasn't for him getting greedy and going after Finney, which led to his demise, a lame one at that. Like, how you gonna get pieced up by a preteen, bro? I'm telling you, this dude would have never gotten caught. He was playing meta. But I had the black phone first for a reason. It's not even close to the scariest horror movie I've watched. A movie that's a bit closer though is Orphan. Like, black phone scares me because I imagine being a kid and running into that dude. But even as an adult, this one freaks me out. This movie is so good, I don't even want to hint at what it's about yet. I mean, obviously an orphan, but you know what I mean. So in Orphan, we followed this married couple, Kate and John. And even though these two definitely got it better than Finney over there, I mean, look at their crib. Life ain't perfect and stuff ain't always sweet, especially in marriage. And trust me, I would know. I've had like 3 divorces on Sims. But in Kate and John's case, it's not divorce. It's that they lost their baby. And this loss clearly flung Kate into a depression. She took up the bottle, started seeing a therapist. This was some sad stuff. And then John, not so much. I'm not gonna say he wasn't sad, but I couldn't see it. All I saw him trying to do was get one in with Kate. But hey, I ain't judging. Some of the happiest dudes you be seeing be the saddest, so maybe that's how he copes. So to finally deal with the sadness, Kate and John decide they want to give that love they would have gave their daughter to another kid, because they're just sweet like that. So they go to the orphanage, which I never understood how these things work, like parent-wise. Do you just come in and pick the one that looks most like you? Like, oh, look at this one, honey. This one has your eyes. Sorta? Or can you just adopt any kid?
No, like, actually, somebody comment down below. How does this work? Like, I feel like, because from like what I've seen, right? The parents go to the orphanage. They look for a kid that they might like, looks-wise, personality-wise, height-wise, age-wise. I don't know, bro, okay? And then they sign a document and they have to pay a fee for that kid, right? Is that how it works? Or do they just go there and pick and be like, wow, I like this one. This one's a little white. And they just like pay like $5,000 or let's say that, and then they just leave, right? Or does it actually take like a long process? Because I don't know. I've never been orphanized, so I don't know.
If they're nothing like you, because if that's the case, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna just line up all the kids and tell them to race. Fastest one coming home with me. You might take it out, buddy. And Kate and John must have been thinking the same thing I was, because out of all the kids they could have picked from the orphanage, they chose the most gifted one. A little girl by the name Esther. And you've seen the title. You don't gotta play dumb. There is something wrong with this little girl. And before you say, no, it's not the fact that she dresses weird. Come on, y'all. She's just Russian. It's worse than that. Far worse, which is crazy because at first when you're watching it, Esther looks like the best daughter in the world. She's polite, she's smart, she learns ASL to talk with her, or not talk, with her new deaf sister. She's great. I mean, it's no Project LeBron, but this is still amazing stuff.
Wait, why did they adopt a kid if they already had a kid? Like, that's a little suspicious. Why do they adopt a kid if they already had a kid? Like, what's the point of adopting then? Like, right there, you're just like doing something wrong, dog.
Almost too amazing. Because the longer these two live with this little girl, the more cracks they start to see in this little perfect daughter image. Like, first thing we see is that she has a bit of a temper problem. This girl from school tried touching like the little ribbons around her neck, and she just flipped out. Like, all right, maybe that's a Russian thing too. And then there's the scene where she walks in on Kate and John coping with their loss, if you get what I'm saying. And instead of being traumatized like a normal kid, she just stares?
What?
And that's not even the weirdest part about that one. Because after Kate saw that Esther saw them, you know, she feels the need to give Esther the birds and the bees talk. So she pulls up on her. Esther, when two people love each other very much, you know, they want to show.
Wait, isn't the kid like way too young to be hearing this, bro? Like, they're not even a preteen yet, you dog. Like, that's weird. Like, these parents gotta be the worst parents ever, dog.
Yeah, I know they be. She was not expecting that.
What?
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked.
Fucking that, nigga.
Unlock bigger screens and better controls.
And then the thing she did that just really took it over the top for me with this girl was that after Kate and John's son accidentally shot a pigeon while he was playing with a paintball gun, and I'm saying accidentally very loosely here because the dude literally aimed his sights in and shot. Then he wanted to be talking about, so I didn't mean to. Shut up. Esther pulls up on him and tells him he needs to take some accountability, which is facts. That's facts. By putting the bird out its misery. Oh my goodness, that's cold, but you are 9 years old. What are you talking about? And the kid, Daniel, obviously couldn't do it. Telling me to kill a pigeon? What are you talking about? But guess what? Esther does it. No hesitation or nothing. Bros, hope.
Oh my god, what did I just do? Yo. Okay, bro. They need to return her back ASAP. Holy, bro. Like, ship her back to Russia, bro. Ship her back to Russia. Like, I'm not even trying to be racist. Like, nah. That's not normal, bro. Hey, where's the scene I'm looking for? Right here.
Esther does it. No hesitation or nothing, just bah! There is something wrong with this little girl. And Kate eventually realized something is up too. So she starts doing some digging, calls the orphanage to find out what's wrong. And see, if I was the parent, I'm calling too, but I would have just said, forget figuring out what's wrong. I would have just called up.
Hello? Yeah, so mine just killed a pigeon. Y'all do refund?
Low key, yeah, that's what I would just ship her back, bro. Because I don't think I'd have the time to waste trying to help a kid that's already fucked up. Like, low key, that's like insane, dog.
And Kate doing all this investigating actually made things worse. This is when things get scary. Because if you thought Esther's antics were bad before, you don't even know. Because remember, I told y'all, Esther is a smart girl. Very smart. So when she gets wind of Kate's plan to find out who or what she is from Sister Abigail, she decides to handle it in a very calm and tactful way. Nah, I'm just kidding. She kills
Bro!
Even with all them cracks from earlier, I did not.
Holy, okay, no. Like, bro, what? Like, what's the point of even fucking, researching, bro? Like, ship her back. Just ship her back, bro. Because, like, she's getting way too chaotic. Just ship her back, bro.
I think this 9-year-old was capable of murdering anyone, much less a nun. That's like double evil. And it doesn't even end there. Because after that, she only continues to do evil stuff. She destroys the memorial Kate made for the daughter they lost out of spite. She burns down the family treehouse to dispose of all the evidence. And this last thing she did had me genuinely scared. Y'all remember Kate and John's son, right? Daniel? Well, before Esther burned down the treehouse, Daniel saw her hide the evidence in the treehouse. But Esther saw that. So she pulls up in his sleep and tells him, if he says what he saw to anyone, she gonna pull up on him again and cut off his hairless balls. His balls? I don't care what. Nope.
Bro, this kid is evil, bro. This kid is evil. Oh my god, this kid is evil,
Says,
bro.
Freddie, Jason, and Michael ain't never said something that scary to no one before. I was around this kid's age when I first seen this movie, so that threat felt like it was at me. Had me sitting there clutching my nuts in fear. There is something wrong with this girl. And the worst part is no one can prove anything because she's 9. The cops won't believe that. Tell them she murdered someone and burnt down a treehouse. They're just gonna be like, why? Which is a good question. Why is she doing this? Is she possessed? Is she a demon? Is she a skinwalker? Why is this little girl so evil? Well, at the end of the movie, that's when it all makes sense. So after this girl Kate gets sedated for pretty much pimp slapping Esther, at this point, let's not act like she don't deserve it, y'all. We know she deserved it. John goes home with Esther and Max and leaves Kate alone at the hospital. And while she's there, she gets a call from the previous orphanage Esther belonged to. Or should I say, what she thought was the orphanage. Because she finds out Esther's last spot wasn't an orphanage, it was a psych ward. Yeah, this little girl is crazy, which makes sense. You gotta have at least a few screws loose to threaten to cut off someone's ball. But that's not even the full explanation. Because this Russian dude tells Kate, on top of being crazy, Esther has been keeping something else under wraps. Last chance to leave, y'all. Last chance. This little girl, Esther, is not a little girl at all. She's a grown woman.
What?
Crazy. Apparently she looks like this because of some genetic dwarf thing, but my mind was blown when I first seen this. Like, this is some weird anime stuff. A middle-aged woman pretty much trapped in the body of a child? That must suck. You wouldn't even be able to do regular stuff. Like, imagine your friends trying to go to Six Flags and you can't get on anything but the kiddie rides because You 35 in the body of a 7-year-old. That would be horrible, but that's how it is for Esther. But that still doesn't answer. Why would she go out her way to look even more childlike? Why is she trying to live with people? Well, the reason she did all this stuff, you know, get adopted, torment Kate, was for one reason. A twist again. The reason she did all this was because she wants John.
What?
Ugh, I know she's really in a...
Okay, she's kind of weird, bro. She's kind of weird. Like, why didn't she just try? Actually, no, it wouldn't work. What the fuck is she even doing, bro? What?
No, but this don't feel right. This whole thing from beginning to end was just Esther trying to get herself a man. And there's just so many things wrong with this. Like, you really thought this was the way to do it? Dressing up as a child? That pigtails and dress stuff might work in Japan or with billionaires, but not with a man who's trying to adopt you, bro. Come on, that's gross. And that's who it's the scariest for, at least in the end. Because remember, they went home without Kate. So when they get home, John has to deal with Esther, who he thinks is just a Russian kid he adopted, trying to riz him. This junk is gross. She over here talking about some, but you said you love me. Ugh, seeing someone get rejected is cringy enough, but seeing a father reject his daughter? Fuck. That's something I thought only dudes in Arkansas had to deal with. I don't want to see this. Messed up part is that dude John doesn't even figure out that she's been fooling him that whole time. I mean, maybe he did because he saw her without her makeup when she stabbed him to death, but I doubt it. Kate rushes home after figuring out the news. I mean, obviously she's late. John's dead. But either way, Kate gotta be the realest chick I seen in a horror movie. Because when she was approaching the crib to park up and run inside, she said, that and straight up crashed her car into her crib. That's some cool stuff. Could you imagine nothing was happening inside though? That would have been a little embarrassing. And this one pretty much concludes with Kate getting back for John and killing Esther by kicking her after she tried to pull up. Don't let me die, mommy. And I know I just talked hella about this movie, but Orphan, it's still not close to being the scariest one. I'm sorry.
What?
A movie that is though is Barbarian.
You want more than care. You want a partner who hears you. Bring it.
This one was actually suggested by one of you guys a little while ago. And let me tell you something about this movie. This movie is not only scary, but it's weird. Like, movies I thought were weird for type of weird. And that's actually what I was saving it for, but here it is. So this movie's about a girl named Tess who's staying at an Airbnb in Detroit. I ain't saying nothing. Except this Airbnb got some weird stuff going on in it. First of all, when this girl gets there, she finds out someone else was already staying there. A dude at that. And because of some event going on in the city, she has to stay with him. Oh, heck nah. See, I'm a dude and I'm...
Yeah, no, she should not have done that. That was like the dumbest thing she could have done, bro. She should have just like gone in a hotel. She just went to a hotel, bro. Cause like, staying with a dude you never knew, you never met, like, I mean, if it was a girl, it'd be alright, but a dude, man? Nah.
I'm sleeping amongst the rats before I even think about sharing a crib with literal Pennywise. That's his actor, y'all. Look at him. But that was only the first thing, because later at night, the weird stuff continues. When Tess, in the middle of the night, hears a weird sound. And I mean weird. Sound like someone aggressively sucking a baby bottle. What the heck? But when she looks to see if it's the dude she's staying with, she sees he's asleep. What the heck is going on? And it only gets stranger. The next day, Tess goes outside and notices the neighborhood she's staying in is run down. Like, bad. I ain't saying nothing. After her job interview, people tell her she shouldn't even be on that side of town, that it's dangerous. And strangest of all, when Tess gets back to the crib and actually gets herself stuck in the basement, she finds a hidden room. And in that hidden room, there's another room. And I don't know what happened in here, but it must have been some messed up stuff. Because this room had a bucket, a stained mattress, a camera, and a bloody handprint. This is not good. Tess obviously panics and
Bro, why didn't she just leave then, bro? Why didn't she just leave then? Why wait? Like, why wait to explore? Just leave. Just, like, leave, bro.
Luckily, at the same time, her roommate comes back. Convenient, huh? And she starts telling him, look, we gotta go. There's a bucket with boo-boo, a camera, and a bloody handprint in the basement. We gotta go. And it's a horror movie, so you know dumb stuff is like law. Tell me why this dude says, I should go check it out myself to be safe. What you mean to be safe? If we just leave and call the cops, I think that's pretty safe. I don't know how Tess ain't think maybe this dude was behind it or something at this point. That's what I was thinking. There's a stranger in your crib. He shows up when you find the stuff, and then he wants to go check it out himself? Come on, bruh. But I realized quickly I might have been wrong. Because after this dude goes downstairs and doesn't respond, Tess goes down there, which again is like, why would you go into the basement again? You knew this man for about 17 hours and you want to play Captain Save-A-Clown? That could have been my best friend and I still would have dipped. Like, I warned you, buddy. But when Tess goes down there to see what's going on with the dude, she discovers that in that hidden room with the room, there's a hidden passageway. Yeah, at this point, I was like, Tess, if you go in there, you either top 5 dumbest people in horror movies or I'm the most hardest dude on the planet. Because why would you go in there? She goes down there, of course, and this is when the true horror of this movie starts. Because when Tess gets down them steps, she finds a few, I'll say, surprising things. First of all, she finds out this downstairs area isn't just a basement within a basement. It's a whole tunnel system. Then in that very same tunnel system, she finds some cages, some very big cages. And then, most surprising of all, she finds her roommate. Which is surprising because I thought you were in danger, buddy. What happened? At this point watching this, y'all should be thinking the same thing I was thinking.
Leave the guy, bro.
Oh yeah, Tess, you stupid. It's clearly him behind it. And he's trying to act all scared. This is all clearly him. Oh my. Out of nowhere from the tunnels came this giant naked lady that just straight up murked Keith. And I mean like really naked.
No, like this is actually kind of funny, bro. What the frick?
Like I can't show y'all, but just know they was hanging 10. And this naked monster lady is by far the most disturbing part of this movie. Well, her and how she was made. Like, we don't see it immediately, but after she captures Tess, the actual owner of the house comes through and discovers the same tunnels. And that's when we see how scary this lady is. Because first of all, her speech, non-existent. Cave speak. And you may not find this scary, but I do. I don't want to be held hostage by someone who speaks like, speaking in oogas and boogas. Are you mad or excited? I can't tell. Then we find out they call her the mother, which you may be thinking, oh, why is that a big deal? Well, the reason they call her the mother is because she wants to be a mother so bad that she feeds the people she captures through baby bottles. Yeah. She's giving them milk. And I thought with her speech, she's running to the grocery store and asking where the dairy section is at. So you can only assume.
That's disgusting, that's right, bro.
That's her milk. That's disgusting. But I'm drinking all of it. Look, at the end of that or she starts getting aggressive. And if I'm in this, if she want a baby, she gonna get a baby. The second she put that bottle through the cage, I'm gonna be in there. Plus, it beats what happens if you don't drink it. If you don't drink it out the bottle, she takes you out the cage and makes you drink it straight from the source. Which I don't even gotta explain why a giant naked cave lady giving you some mother's milk is both terrifying and disgusting. And I already know there's gonna be some of y'all in the comments saying, hear me out. No, bro. I'm not hearing you out. But like I said, how she was made was even scarier. Because she may look like the monster of this movie. I mean, she is. But there's a bigger monster behind all this. This guy. And it's okay to be confused. Just looks like a middle-aged dude, right? But this guy is actually a serial killer. Yup. And when I say this dude is sick, I mean he's sick. Because not only was he murking exclusively women on some Doma stuff, but he would have babies with these women. And after he would have babies with these women, he would have babies with those babies. I know, take it all in, take it all in. And he did this over and over and over again until he made the mother, which explains the appearance, the strength, and the cave speak. Yeah, this movie is sick. And now, for the scariest movie of the video, it's no other than...
This one seems like a child movie. What?
I got a lot of stuff I want to say about this movie. First, Warner Bros. Hope this is fair use. Now, before I even get to how I feel about it, you gotta know this movie is special. It's about missing kids like the Black Phone and directed by the dude who made Barbarian. And it shows, because this movie was probably the scariest experience I had in a movie theater ever. And I've seen a dude get jumped at the theaters before. If you ain't never seen it, this movie's about a small town where a classroom of kids go missing under mysterious circumstances. 17 kids all ran out their homes at 2:17 a.m. Yeah,
what?
2 a.m., not 3. And all of them never to be seen again, except one. But the strange thing is, when they ran out, they all did this triangular pose, almost like a mix between T-posing and the Naruto run. And now the town and the parents are in an uproar, trying to figure out how or why this happened. And that's all y'all really need to know, because this first half is all it took for this movie to scare me. But I didn't know I was going to be that scared when I was coming in. I came in thinking, scary schmary. But then about 5 minutes into the movie, when I seen that first kid run across the street with his arm stretched out, I want to go home. I can't explain it. It wasn't a disturbing or scary killer. It wasn't spammy jump scares. It was just vibes. That's the best way I can explain it. This movie had scary vibes. Like, bro, this jump was so scary, it made me realize I might be on the spectrum. No, I'm serious. Because every time I felt tensions rising or stuff became too much for me, I was immediately rushing to cover my ears. I'm serious. I spent about 80% of the movie like that. Packed theater too. I ain't care. That's just how real it was. I ain't care about what the people around me thought. I was just trying to make it through. And that's what I think it was with this movie. Like, yeah, of course, there's also a mix of fear of the unknown, but I think the music of this movie, or even lack thereof sometimes, just built this tension. And it makes sense too. We all know horror movies aren't scary without their music. Like, you're not gonna be scared watching The Conjuring if it had freaking SpongeBob music in the back, like, nah, it just wouldn't be the same. And Weapons was really good at it. The music just made me feel like something was always about to happen. Like, there's this one scene early on in the movie where the teacher of the kids that went missing goes to visit the one kid that didn't go missing to, you know, figure out why he's the odd one out. But while she's posted up out there waiting to see something suspicious, she accidentally falls asleep. But that's not the scary part. The scary part is while she's asleep, the kid's house door opens. And when I tell y'all I've never been so scared to see a door in my life, I'm not trolling. Like, that jug had my heart racing. And then when we saw some lady come out that same door wielding some scissors and walking around like a crackhead, oh my goodness, I was in the theater, ears covered. Wake up, come on. Wake up! I was so scared, my friend had to let me know to uncover my ears because I was yelling. And that was just the first half of the movie too. Even the reveal towards the end, spoiler warning, that it was actually the kid's witch aunt behind it all had me a little spooked. And not even because I'm scared of what she can do, I mean, low key, but it's cause, look at her! Look at those teeth! If this was the first scene they showed in the movie, I would've walked out immediately. That's pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over today. Y'all know what to do. Comment down below the movies y'all thought was...
Okay, bro, like, that was insane. Anyways, thanks for watching. I really hope you like, subscribe, and also comment down below which movie actually scared you, bro. Anyway, JordanTimes out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, those were like weird ass movies though. Like, what the frick, old. Is there anything else to react to? Because I feel like I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm actually so tired. Oh my god. Anyway, chat. What should I do now? Maybe let's react to music. I haven't reacted to music in a bit. Is there any new music? Bro, I missed the trending tab. It literally showed me everything, bro. But now there's nothing to react to. Let's go music. Nah, I don't feel like doing that. Yeah, that's all for today, Loki. I'm getting tired. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And also just know I love you, and JordanTimes out. JordanTimes out.